Mr. Smith.
How do you know my name? I didn't give you my name.
I know you didn't.
reach for your gun. It don't work.
Mr. Smith.
I'm not reaching for mine.
I know
reach
you're not.
Reach for yours.
Mr. Smith.
Reach for your gun.
Grab that by the strap and put it down, please.
Camera on? I don't see no red
It's
light.
on.
Sure.
Mr. Smith, do you know where you're at?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Bay County. I'm on Edith. No, is this Edith Height? Nope.
It is not.
This is Carolina. Subdivision.
Okay. Can I take that off of you?
Huh?
Can I take that by the strap and get off it?
You worried about it? You got a gun. You got two of them.
I know. You got two
Why
as
you
well.
want mine? So why you want this one?
Mr. Smith.
Hey, I'm telling you, you touched me, bro. I
Mr.
talked about
Smith.
this shit. Hey, one more. Hey,
Grab it. Don't you touch it.
Don't. No fear,
Man, I
man.
got one at gunpoint.
No fear.
Put it down.
This is Bay County, Florida, September 3rd, 2025. This is a Bay County Sheriff's deputy who has to deal with this guy.
Hey, shots fired. Drop the gun.
Typically, bad guys, they don't shoot so well, especially when you put them under pressure and take away their composure. Yes, there's always exceptions, but here's an example where the unjust criminal aggressor shot 6 rounds, none of which hit the deputy. Some of those rounds struck the deputy's patrol vehicle, but thankfully not the deputy.
15123 from the office.
Hey, shots fired. One subject down.
Hey guys, retired Lieutenant Todd Heaton here with Humilitas First.
Bay County 911, what's the address of the emergency?
Just a little bit of background is going to be helpful to you, the armed citizen.
Weber Road, Weber and 231, South Florida.
Okay, what's going on over there?
There's a guy in a red maroonish long sleeve shirt and black pants with a chain that is walking with a rifle. Not sure of the exact gun. Not even sure if it's BB, but I know a car went to turn off Weber just a second ago, and he took the gun off and pointed it at the car as the car was turning.
This breakdown has been heavily edited for community guideline compliance. The unedited version is available on humilitasfirst.locals.com or on X, links below. You don't need to be a paid supporter to view it. And to those who do support the mission here at Humilitas First, thank you. It means a lot. Okay, let's break this down.
Mr. Smith.
How do you know my name? I didn't give you my name.
I know you didn't.
reach for your gun. It don't work.
Mr. Smith.
I'm not reaching for mine.
I know
reach
you're not.
for yours.
So what could a citizen learn from a police confrontation like this? Well, let's do another hypothetical. Just imagine yourself in this confrontation minus the squad car. Say you live in this area and you're outside mowing the grass, or since it's now November, say you're shoveling snow, and this bad guy, who according to the caller has been pointing his firearm at law-abiding innocent people, threatening them with great bodily harm or death. Now you, the concealed carry holder, well, you have to deal with him and his antics. Because you've come to understand how important it is to look farther down the road, let's also imagine, well, you saw this guy out in front of your house at the corner, pointing his magazine-fed shotgun at some passerby, like a madman. Then he shouldered it and started moving in your general direction. You got 2 problems now. 1, he's too close for you to try to get inside your home. The timing thing's not going to work out. And 2, he's pivoted, and his hips and shoulders are now telling you a story of alignment as he enters onto your property that he's coming directly to you for a meet and greet. What are you going to do? First, let me tell you how it used to be handled and why. It would be looked at a lot like this, except at a greater distance. Officers would have stopped short with the wee bit of an offset if solo patrol, kind of like this. The why? Well, that was because the information received from dispatch is that this guy was pointing his long gun at some innocent person driving by. So until we get him and his firearm secure, he's going to be treated as a hostile. This is just common sense. It's not rocket science. It's kind of what it means to stack the odds. If I have to have a gunfight with this guy, I would rather do that at a greater distance, not a closer distance like we see here. You have to know the laws in your state or your country if you're outside the United States. This is an area that's just as important as building hard skills to be able to actually solve your problem, which is actually a lot more work. They come in to understand the tactics, both are going to help you stack the odds. This is a USPSA Grand Master, Matt Pranka. Whether it's coming to understand the body of knowledge on the legal battlefield, hard skills, or sound tactics, you have to do the work. I can't do the work for you. You have to know where those legal lines are, and you want to get that knowledge before your worst day. Let's continue to see what the officer does, and I'll point out the good, bad, and the ugly. The parts that I believe are exceptional, and the parts that I believe are law enforcement training issues.
Hey, I'm telling you.
He's telling them.
You touched me, bro. I
Mr.
talked about this
Smith.
shit. Hey.
With this guy, it's that last, give or take, 1/10 of a second where he brings his hand in to get hold of his firearm. Action beats reaction, and human response time, well, it is what it is, whether we like it or not, or believe it or not. So, give or take, when the deputy sees, oh, he just grabbed his gun, it's about 4/10 of a second for him to begin acting to ready up. If you're expecting to see something happen, a visual stimulus, it's about 2 to 3/10 of a second to begin acting, and the deputy here was still holstered, so he's a wee bit behind in the process of the draw. As he comes up, what do we see? Oh, we can see his intent as his finger is on the trigger. That's going to change because the bad guy doesn't actually draw. It's like he's kind of playing games here, which is really good for the deputy because now he's ahead in the process of the draw. The deputy is definitely heading in the right direction here by beginning to establish a two-handed grip. That grip still needs to be closed, meaning this meaty part of his thumb still needs to compress in on this area of the grip of his firearm. But we're getting there, right? Wait, what happened to the two-handed grip? I'll get to the ugly in a minute. Once the unjust criminal aggressor lets go of his gun, we're right back to where we started, but with one significant and really good change. The officer is now ready up on target. The bad guy still has to reach for his gun. So if possible, this is where you want to be in the process of the draw. When I say possible, I mean both physically possible to get ahead as far as timing, or you could say time, distance, cover, concealment, as far as those things are concerned. And also legally possible, meaning that you're legally justified, that you can articulate why you're in this position. I recommend to my family, friends, and clients to buy Andrew Bronca's book, The Law of Self-Defense. Read it, reread it, until you know those principles up one side and down the other. Okay, now the ugly, which in my opinion is a training issue that's in need of being corrected. The officer, he reaches up to tell his dispatch center that he has one at gunpoint.
No
Man, I got one at gunpoint.
No.
Here's the reality. If he had backup, and he certainly should have had backup coming, because this call for service involves a man pointing a gun at innocent motorists. Well, that backup, they're not going to arrive in time to help him solve this problem. Remember, this is happening while the officer is distracted talking to dispatch. Once he draws, look at how high he gets the gun, and he begins pointing it downrange in 2/10 of a second. This is the speed of life. He's going to have to solve this problem. Now, this is even true for a police officer who has backup en route, because we're dealing with milliseconds. How much the more is it true for you, the concealed carry armed citizen? Well, all the more. Both this officer and you or I, if we're faced with this kind of problem, we're going to have to solve it. The deputy did not stop short. He did not immediately ready up, giving loud verbal commands for this guy to not move until told to move. In this kind of circumstance, we're way beyond ask. We're already at tell. So here we are. At this late stage, I'd say at a minimum, when this bad guy reaches for his firearm the second time, that's an imminent deadly force threat. And the solution to an imminent deadly force threat is for the law-abiding innocent person of goodwill, the deputy in this case, to stop that imminent deadly force threat.
Man, I got one at gunpoint. Put it down!
Another training issue that should be addressed, you could put this in the bad column of the good, bad, and ugly. We're way beyond telling this guy to put it down. Now he's pointing it at you. You could honestly testify warnings had not been feasible for a while. It's been the time to act to stop the threat for a little while now. It's a good thing this bad guy don't shoot so well.
Hey, shots fired. Drop the gun!
I think he does a good job here What do we see? Well, we see the deputy using sound tactics, looking to solve the problem from what we would expect to be either the bad guy's left flank or perhaps even an ambush position behind him. That's sound tactics. By joining USPSA and running stages and studying people like Ben Steger, Matt Pranka, and others, well, you learn that it's good to have your sight picture index up sooner so that you're ready to shoot sooner as you round that blind corner or that barricade. Does this remind you of anything that we saw earlier? Again, we've got Matt Pranka doing the work. You can follow him on Instagram by doing a search for X-Ray Alpha. And he's a grandmaster, and he's still doing the work. But this is a good example of how USPSA stage runs have a lot of application as it relates to training for gunfights. News reports indicated that the officer fired 7 times. They also said that the suspect was hit several times but didn't give an exact number. As a result, this bad guy came to his untimely end while still on the scene. For good guys or for bad guys, shot doesn't mean the end. When time gives way to eternity, that's the end. So even if you were to be shot by a bad guy, don't quit. The highest probability you have of being alive tomorrow or next week or next year is win the fight. It's that simple. For law-abiding innocent people of goodwill, just looking to defend yourself, keep sending them, those little projectiles, until the bad guy either shows clear and convincing signs of a full withdrawal of his imminent deadly force threat, he drops the gun, throws it off to the side, or until he's incapacitated, which means down and done. He's no longer an imminent deadly force threat. That is the time to reach for your radio or for your cell phone to try to get the guy some professional medical care to save his sorry life. Clearly, the deputy is not convinced that he stopped this threat, so he's thinking his way through the problem. I love this last part. In the book, Boyd, the Fighter Pilot Who Changed the Art of War by Robert Coram, there's this quote. I really liked it. The enemy can also figure out what might be the most effective action. To take the least expected action disorients the enemy. It causes them to pause, to wonder, to question. Skipping forward a line. The enemy falls farther and farther behind in making relevant decisions. It hastens the unraveling process, learning how to do unexpected things. What this officer does next definitely fits into something that would be unexpected. We might call that a surprise. He's launching his counter surprise party. And what's the next thing that we hear the deputy tell dispatch? He says, shots fired, 1 subject down.
15123 from the office.
Bay, shots fired, 1 subject down.
It's over. The threat has been stopped.